5 to 5. 5 to 5 in the morning, not in the evening. Fresh, big zoomsies, slumbering along. Wormed it yesterday, so I'm expecting mass evacuation. First time I've done it for quite a long time. But she does tend to eat things she shouldn't eat. But yeah, the whole nation's built itself up into a bit of a fervour again, hasn't it, eh? It's coming home, it's coming home. What a lot of shit. I'm not saying I'm not fucking, going to watch it myself, and I'm not going to cheer the team on, shall we say. Perhaps I've just given an old guy from next door a lift to the train station, the bus station. He's going all the way to Southampton to watch it with his army buddies. Yeah. What did one guy say the other day on a post? The last thing England needs at this time is for them to win the World Cup and a nation of mass nationalists waving the Union Jack. Well, I have to agree with him in one sense. I'm sure people like Eddie don't, or others, and I wish them all the best in the World Cup, because I don't, I certainly wouldn't use sport as a way of promoting nationalism, but we know from the past the likes of Adolf has, and we know that Theresa May would fucking just jump down, she'd use anything to promote that kind of stuff in her own way, shall we say, that would only, let's say, benefit the 1% she fucking represents. But yeah, it's been interesting to watch it. The most interesting thing I've found, because I haven't took a lot of notice in the past at big events like that, I do think they are full of corruption, whether it be Olympics or whatever, and massive drug use, undetectable in many cases, and probably in the World Cup too. But what I've looked at and I found really interesting has been the cultural differences between our parts of the world, be it South America, Central America, Africa, Europe. We have this belief that we are the honest, hard-working, sportsmen who get what we deserve. And, the South Americans have been, and Central Americans, they're brought up, wasn't it Alan Shearer who said? They're brought up to win at all costs. I think we'll recognise that in years to come. I think our nation has turned to that, not in sport, but in life in general. I think you'll probably find with South American nations and Central American nations that they are brought up to win at all costs in sport, but are also very, very family orientated, and will stay with their elderly parents to the end. And they don't appear to, didn't in the past, I'm not sure about now, didn't appear to, win at all costs in business. So I know, I don't have any experience out there, so maybe I'm talking out my arse. But if you know what I'm saying, the cultural differences, which are actually just basically instructions pumped out by each government, whether that be our government or their government, into the way they actually shape and control people. But it has been interesting to see even the BBC commentators now commentating on what a successful World Cup it has been, and how wonderful it's been to be there. Now, unless they've had a tap on the shoulder by the old Ruskies and said, if you don't start fucking towing the line and promoting us a bit more than you are doing, you won't be commentating the next game. I believe Theresa May's been invited, hasn't she? Again? Fuck me, you wouldn't invite that, would you? after what they've said about it, after they've even brought up the old Novichok fucking thing again during it. One thing I'm sure of, after watching this World Cup, that we can see with the South Americans and the Africans, yeah, that there's a different way of life there. And whether you call it cheating or deceitful or whatever, it doesn't really, it's not something we can actually be sure of unless we're there. The only thing I can be absolutely sure of, being here, is that my government does all the things that these football teams do. My government is deceitful, it's corrupt to the core, it's looking after, it's win at all costs, it tries to push that down everyone's throat. It is, without doubt, attempting to divide and conquer us as a nation. You've got to love, well, you've got to hate, really, the way that the advertisements in between the commercial TV stations like ITV have promoted, well, just gambling to the extreme. You know, every other fucking advert, in fact, probably every advert relates to either Betfred, Ladbrokes, or some other corrupt organisation. See, but that again is just exactly what this government loves and wants, because every business is good business, whether it be prostitution, fucking knocking out smack. It doesn't matter to the Tories, yeah? It's turnover, and that's all they're looking for, turnover and profit. And if you think a good, decent society is going to run on that, then you're looking, well, you're barking up the wrong fucking tree. And then again, what they have also managed to advertise heavily during the World Cup, and this was again probably part of Johnson's plan of making sure we went to the World Cup and making sure that the fans got to watch it on TV. And you watch it today, you'll see all these, well, you won't today, it's on BBC. We'll watch it on ITV later on, and you'll see, you know, the adverts all relating to joining the armed forces, yeah? If you can fix a bike, you can fix a fucking helicopter, yeah? If you can fix a fucking lake in sink, you can fucking submerge a submarine. What a lot of fucking crap, man. It's always aimed at, isn't it, eh? You wouldn't see those adverts if England were playing fucking Australia, South Africa at rugby union. No, I'm sure you wouldn't. It'd be more like adverts for the local fucking banking fucking corporation. Corruption to the fucking core. Yeah. I hope you know what I'm getting at. Maybe it's only age, like my age, 60, that you start to, well, maybe it's the circumstances that has led to me thinking in this way. I've always thought that way. I've always been pretty sure that they're having us off and taking the piss. But when you're young, footloose, fancy free, healthy enough to fucking bend your back, make a few quid, whichever way you fucking need to, you don't take so much notice of it. And I think a lot of people in the future will become aware of, well, there's no doubt about it. They're talking about it all over now, that you know, this was a pre-planned, through American corporations, destruction of the welfare state. And let's not forget, that was something that, you know, all your grandparents, my grandparents, fought world wars for, to save and to keep us all in a little bit of security, shall we say. You know, I saw a fantastic post yesterday on social media, and how right it was, and it was corridors or a rest home lined with old people with their heads down, sat in wheelchairs, one after another, and it said, people are no longer living long. Sorry, it said people are no longer living longer, people are dying longer. Yeah, think about it. That's what it's about. The last few years, as with my fucking father in particular, as much as he had all the support in the world of his family, were horrendous. To be paralysed such as that, I dare not think what it would have been like for him if he'd been alone, and that had been, you know, care given by the state. Because what are the councils saying now? If you fall at home, they want 25 quid to come round and pick you up. Yeah? The councils are trying everything they can to take more and more of people. They're the Stasi of the government. Yeah? And if you keep the independence of living at home, and for that reason you are no burden whatsoever on the state, and they want to charge you 25 quid to come round and pick you up, when many of the people I see where I am are paying full council tax, you know, because of the pensions they've had. I believe from what I'm seeing, a lot of the people where I am are ex-forces, so they probably have decent pensions, ex-government employees, decent pensions, and now they're going to want 25 quid to come and pick them up if they fall down. Yeah, this nation's fucking heading in a direction which it won't be recognisable in a few years' time.